Welcome back to the channel. Today I bring you a game between international chess master Emojong Elijah from Uganda and FIDE master Sadek Sameh from Egypt, which took place in the Zonal 4.2 Chess Championship in Egypt 2013. In this game, I'm going to show you how I.M Emojong Elijah crushed French defense in 21 moves. So about the players. Sadek Sameh is an Egyptian chess player. FIDE awarded him his FIDE master title in 2013. He has won many tournaments around the world and also representing Egypt in multiple chess Olympiads. He's a chess trainer and coach. He's also so much loved by masters due to his outstanding preparations before the competitive games. While Emojong Elijah is a Ugandan chess player, FIDE awarded him his international master title at 20 years, which was almost impossible during that time in Africa. He earned this I.M title from this tournament. He's also a multi-tournament winner and he has won many tournaments like Mombasa Open in 2017, Rwanda Genocide in 2022, Tanzania Open in 2017, and so many other tournaments. He has also gone ahead to represent Uganda on multiple Olympiads. Actually, he's a very strong attacking chess player. Ladies and gentlemen, the white pieces is I.M Emojong Elijah, and the black pieces FIDE master Sadek Sameh. So I.M in the white pieces played e4 and e6 from the FIDE master, the French defense, d4, d5. Main problem with French defense is that the bishop, which is white in the black pieces, has difficulties in development. That's why majority of the masters play either knight c3 or either advancing the pawn by playing e5, so that black has difficulties in developing the bishop, which is on c8. In this game, I.M played knight c3. FM played knight f6. In case black plays d takes e4, then knight takes e4. So knight d7, trying to support the knight on f6 in case of any exchanges. Bishop e3, knight f6, knight takes f6, knight takes f6, knight f3. You can see that the plan from the white side is very simple. Bishop comes to d3, short castling, and the rest can be history. Can play b6, then bishop can still come in. Bishop e7, or either moves like pawn comes to c5. All those are simple plans which can be seen in the position, and this one's a playable line. But however, after knight c3, FM played knight f6, the classical variation. And after bishop g5, pinning the knight against the queen and also threatened to go ahead and play e5, he played bishop b4, pinning the knight against the king. And after e5, then the only move in the position is what the FM played. FM played h6, attacking the bishop. In case of any bishop h4, then g5 is a very powerful move. That's why I.M played bishop d2. And after bishop takes e3, b takes e3. This makes the I.M still have the bishop pair. And after knight e4, in this position, I.M came up with a very serious move. He played queen g4. Queen g4 is a very strong move, attacking the pawn which is on g7 on the spot. And in case black plays short castling, that's a blunder, and this one loses the game on the spot because white can play bishop takes h6 and the rest can be history. That's why after queen g4, FM tried g6. And in this position, I.M wanted to retain the bishop pair, and he played bishop c1 with the support of putting the bishop on a3 and also cutting off the king from castling. But however, another interesting variation would begin with pawn h4, which can be interesting to play. Then either pawn h5 if given an opportunity, and all the pawns on the black side can be cramped. That's why in the position, I.M tried bishop c1, trying to have the bishop pair, c5, trying to open up for the queen, bishop d3. So in this position, you see that the pawn on c3 is hanging, but the FM played queen a5, a more stronger move. In case of knight takes c3, then d takes c5, and after queen a5, trying to pin the knight against the king, then bishop d2. And after queen f4, you see that now the queen is requesting for an exchange and also moving away from the pin, at the same time trying to reduce the pieces on the board. And after queen f3, I can tell you that the knight which is on c3 is hanging. Queen coming can also be seen in the position, and also other various ways of attacking. Then rook can also come on b1, bishop check against the king and the queen. All those can be seen in the position. However, FM played queen a5, attacking the pawn which is on c3, knight e2, supporting the pawn, and after c takes d4. In case of pawn c4, then bishop takes e4 will be played. As after c takes d4, there are two ways on how you can go about this position. The first one is f3, which was played in the game, and also another interesting variation can begin with bishop takes e4. And after d takes e4, short castling, d takes c3, knight g3, attacking the pawn which is on e4, bishop d7, knight takes d4. You can see that all these are potential attacking squares of the white side. But however, after c takes d4, I.M played f3, attacking the knight, and after knight c5, which was played in the game, I.M had a very interesting move in the position. I.M played bishop d2, but a more interesting move in the position would be bishop takes d6. Either pawn takes bishop or rook comes to g8, which is a very dubious bar. In case of f takes g6, then queen takes g6 check, king f8. Remember, the king has to be closer to the rook so that it can't be lost. Queen f6 check, king g8, bishop takes h6, and I can tell you the plan is simple. In the case of rook takes h6, then pawn h4, rook can come to h3, rook g3, and I can tell you that the attack will be immense on the black side. However, after bishop d6, in case of rook g8, pinning down the bishop against the queen, then bishop takes f7, check, king takes f7, queen h5 check, king e7, and after queen takes h6, rook f8, trying to bring the rook nearer to the king not to be lost. Short castling. I like this move because it gives white more attacking chances, and after d takes c3, bishop g5 check, king e8, trying to support the rook on g8, queen g6 check, and after rook f7, another engine move which has to be played in the game, knight g3, because now we are planning to play knight h5, knight f6 check, and the rest can be hard to play from the black side. That's why after knight b d7, knight h5, knight is attacking the pawn on e5, which will be attacking the queen, which will be on g6. That's why after knight takes pawn, knight f6 check, the rook can't take the knight because it is pinned down by the queen. King e7, knight g4, opening up a discovered check, and after king comes to d6, knight takes knight, rook f5, and rook fe1, because now if rook takes knight, then bishop can pin, then queen can still come on g3, that the knight which is on e5 is untouchable. Let's go back. After knight c5, I.M played bishop d2, and after d takes c3, he played knight takes pawn on c3. So in this position, you see that now white has the bishop pair and black wants to get rid of them. So FM played knight takes d3 check, and after pawn takes, he decided to go ahead and attack the pawn which is on d3 on the weakness, and he played an inaccuracy, which is queen a6, attacking the pawn which is on d3, which was an inaccuracy. And in the position, I.M Emojong Elijah came up with a very tough move to think of in the position. I would like to give you 1 minute to think about that move. However, in the position, I.M played knight takes d5. In case of e takes d5, then queen takes c8, and after king e7, bishop b4 check, and I can tell you there's checkmate in 1. Let's go back. After knight takes d5, the only move which can keep black in the game, king d7, and after playing short castling, I can tell you the rest can be history, because now the knight can't be picked because now the queen is pinning the king, and most like knight comes to f6, rook coming to c1. All those are potential moves which can be seen in the position. That's why after knight d5, FM played queen c6, which was a dubious move in the position, And in this position, I.M played another super strong move. He played rook c1, attacking the queen and supporting the knight to play knight c7 check, forking the rook against the king. So in this position, FM played queen takes d5, and after rook takes c8, king d7, rook takes h8, and queen e5, checking the king, at the same time attacking the rook which is on h8, and after queen e4, defending from the check and also attacking the pawn which is on b7. So in this position, FM went ahead to take the rook which is on h8, but however, queen a1 check, and after king goes to f2, then queen comes back on b2, pinning down the bishop against the king, should have been considered. But however, FM played queen takes h8, and after queen takes b7, FM resigned the game because there's checkmate in 7. Wherever the king goes, either king goes to this d8, then bishop can join the party, and the rest can be history. Thank you so much for watching my channel, and I wish you the best of luck in your games.